You're ready.
We're excited to be here, and obviously our program's done an awful lot over the years, and I always say any achievement we get, individual or as a team, should be shared by all our past and present players and coaches, because everyone kind of worked hard to put their mark on the program and help us keep moving forward. And what is kind of nice and rewarding is this particular group kind of went back to our grassroots with their work ethic, their passion, their pride, and their team chemistry. And I'm just really proud of them. They've earned everything they got all season. It's been a fight from the start of the season for everything we got, and they've gotten better each week. And we fought through our league playoffs, which were very challenging against some great opponents, and found a way to win, I think, our 12th out of 13-year CHA playoff championship. And then last week was another gut check where our staff and players did a phenomenal job with some great fans supporting us, and it was an exciting college hockey game. And I was just really proud of them for not only winning the game, but again how they won the game with so much pride and passion, and representing themselves in the school so well. So I'm excited to see them play tomorrow night, and I'm just really happy for them. We have so many new players, 19 new players over the last 2 years, 12 new players this year. And to have them experience this and get here, and I think it's a memory they'll have the rest of their lives. So I just want them to have fun this weekend and enjoy the moment.
Coach, thank you. We'll now take questions. In the back, go ahead.
I learned this wasn't a stupid question last time I stood here. How'd practice go today?
Went really well. Our kids seem relaxed and have a nice mix of focus and excitement, and it was a real good practice. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing them play tomorrow.
Stephanie, how did you feel after last weekend's game, which did go into that overtime and you made some great saves? How does that, whatever you felt there, does that carry over into this week?
A little bit, I guess. It's a whole new weekend this weekend, a whole new team. We can definitely use the experience of last weekend, to help us get ready for this weekend.
In the back again.
For both girls, before you guys left, during the send-off, Coach said something, with a win tomorrow, you guys would equal what any team in Mercyhurst history has ever done. What would that mean to each of you, and put that into words, what it means to be a part of something, or possibly be a part of something like that?
It's pretty special to be a part of that. I know we worked really hard this year with 12 new players. It was a totally different team. We worked hard from the beginning of the year with workouts on ice and off ice. We're just excited to be here.
Same thing.
Yeah, what that team did was really special, so it's pretty cool to be, I guess, in the same position to do that. But we still got a game to win before that, so.
Up front.
Coach, you mentioned 19 new kids 2 years ago, 12 this year. Has this team played with a little chip on its shoulder, like not much was expected this year out of Mercyhurst?
I guess maybe that's more for the girls, but I think either that or combined with that, a pride level. The one thing is just because we never lowered a bar, we want to do great things, and I think from when I started the program, no one expected us to, and we didn't let other people's opinions stop us from achieving our goals. And the 1 year we lost 950 points from our lineup, and with the Augusta Bendis class, and last year another couple hundred. So not only did we lose 19 players, but probably 1,300 points. So I think naturally people are like, when's this team going to have a rebuilding year? And fortunately we haven't yet. And I give my staff and players the credit because they go out and get the job done in recruiting and in playing the games and practicing and winning the games. And there was a lot of games this year where this team could have felt sorry for themselves or made excuses. And instead, when the chips were down, they found a way. And so, maybe the chip on the shoulder, maybe it's pride, maybe it's that refuse to lose attitude. But all those things combined, I'm just glad they have it. And even in the last month, we've been down in a lot of games. Our playoff championship game, we gave up a goal with no time in the clock in the second period, which could have been crippling, and our team responded with 4 third-period goals. The game at Cornell against such a good team, we scored that exciting goal with just over a minute, and then 15 seconds or so later, we give up another one. Again, we could have went into the locker room feeling sorry for ourselves, but this team's been very resilient, and I got to give that credit to the players, the captains, the leadership, because I think when times do get tough, they just go harder and fight harder and believe in themselves. So, again, I think they've earned everything they've gotten, and I'm just proud of them.
Matthew?
Coach, you and I spoke on the phone on Monday, and you were just talking about how you feel like the program's been a little bit disrespected in terms of, playing in a conference that doesn't have an audit bid, and, it seems like people kind of look down on what the program's been able to do because of that. Is that something that you bring up with the team in your room very often, or do you feel like it kind of goes without saying for them?
Maybe a little both. We do bring it up occasionally because it's tough to win consistently no matter, who you are or I think sometimes in the past, because we didn't have a lot of teams in our league, people thought our league wasn't good. But when teams' sole season revolves around beating you, and they don't care if they lose all their other games, they just want to beat you and your team, you get them at a whole nother level, and it's tough to continually win those games when all the pressure's on you. And our teams have done that, and the one thing is to win the years we've won, it is something that I think people overlook. Like, we've been in this tournament 9 years in a row, and when you look at all the great teams, all the great programs that play women's hockey, that's tough to do, doing it 9 times in a row with an at-large bid. And people will talk about our schedule, but with the RPI and how the NCAA picks the pool, you can't get in by luck. You can't sneak in the back door. Like, you got to win hockey games, and that's something our players have done. And I think when they come in our program, they love that challenge, and I think that's how they get better. And I think they have success after our program too, because they're used to being mentally tough, and they're used to handling that kind of pressure where people expect them to win, and they got to fight hard every day to be at their best. And so probably a little me bringing it up, and like, they're smart kids. They know the history, and they don't want to be that team that drops the ball, so to speak. And I think, again, that's a credit to their pride level. And this team, again, I guess of all the teams, if there was ever a year for a team to drop the ball, people would say it was this year's team. And, once again, they stood up for themselves. They proved people wrong, and, that's why they're here.
Bob?
You wouldn't face the Gophers unless you both made the national championship game. But if the Gophers were to win and be undefeated through a season, should they be viewed as the best women's college hockey team ever?
I mean, I guess that's for people to debate. Even here at Minnesota, they've had some phenomenal teams with some great Olympians. Without a doubt, you got to believe if they're not the best, they're one of the best, I don't want to be disrespectful to any great teams that we're missing that might have lost a game here or there, but without a doubt, they're certainly in the mix if they win the next two. You look at the season they've had. Even if you have a deep team, it's tough to win every night because stuff happens in sports. You do have off nights, you have bad breaks. So I think certainly, if not the best ever, they got to be in the mix. And that's only because, again, I don't want to be disrespectful to any teams out there that might have had 1 or 2 losses that were phenomenal teams that we're just not thinking of right now because it's not fresh in our mind.
Arlen?
Stephanie, do you feel sometimes like your personal season has been sliced in from some other story? You make 5 starts through your first 3 years, and now you go 20-1. I'm sure you've had the confidence all along, but it almost seems like it's somebody else wrote this script. Or how does it feel to you?
I don't know. I mean, I was just trying to make the most out of this last year. I'm just working hard and trying to do my part to help us win. I mean, I've been working and chugging for the last 4 years, and this year I'm just doing the same thing I've always done, and I'm just doing my part, playing my role.
In the back, go ahead.
Girls, how have you seen somebody specifically like Molly Byrne after spending a lot of time in the box, I guess is the best way to put it, last game, didn't play her best game individually. How is she look this week? Emotionally, on the ice, whatever.
She's fine. I don't think she played a bad game last week at all. She's familiar with the penalty box, but I mean, she plays hard. She's a solid defenseman back there for us. I don't know, she's fine. She's ready to go.
Yeah, every week is a new week. I mean, she might have had a couple penalties last week, but this week she might smarten up and just be ready to play hard.
Those might have been strategic penalties because we won the game.
I guess, what can you tell me about BU, just in general, without giving away the trade secrets? What do they do well, or what are the things you have to do to come out with a win?
They're a very good team. I don't think you could get here if you're not. They're very deep. They have good goaltending, a great set of D, very skilled forwards, some of the best forwards in the country. And they play consistent every night, and a well-coached team. They've been here before too, so they have some world-class players and play their systems extremely well. So again, I mean, any team that's here earned their right to be here and is very good and capable of winning the tournament. So we respect them very much. We've had some great games against them in the past. We both have ended each other's season in the past, so it should be an exciting college hockey game.
Arlen?
Coach, can you talk a little bit about what Steffi's done for you this year? I mean, the one game she didn't win, she only allowed 2 goals, and I think what any coach wants is that your goalie gives you a chance to win every time out.
Yeah, unfortunately, from the start of our program, we've always had great goaltending, and you need that. And Steph, again, I mean, to maybe chime into your earlier question, she played behind the all-time leader in wins in Hillary Pattenton until Ratty broke a record this year. And that's the only reason she didn't play. It wasn't because she wasn't capable. You know, Hillary was solid for us and dependable, and Steph's coach went with Hill over Steph. So, but she was always ready and always capable. And what's awesome is she's proven that this year. She's been great. We wouldn't be here without her and our other 2 goalies too, Makala and Julia. They got great, promising careers ahead of them too. So we've been lucky. Our goaltending's always been awesome, and they're very mentally tough. And Bestie will agree. We always tell our forwards and D that if they were all as mentally tough as our goalies, we'd never lose, because our goalies are sharp. When they're the last line of defense, they're not afforded too many mistakes, or everyone knows it. And they have played really solid for us over the years. Whereas you'll occasionally have that forward or defenseman who may make 6, 7, 8, 9 mistakes in a game, and maybe only one cost you. But Steph's done a phenomenal job. She deserves all the attention that she gets for her season, which I think is an incredible season. And people should take notice of her being a great goalie. And, not only for when she ends with us, but hopefully she has a real long future playing the game as well.
Up front?
Coach, Molly was mentioning a couple minutes ago. First off, how do you get a girl from Minnesota out of WCHA country? And second, what has she meant to your team?
Well, I think it matched up school-wise for her, and she really liked the school. The one thing we've been able to do, too, at our program is bring our freshmen in and not have them wait 2-3 years to play. If we recruit them and tell them, hey, we really think you can get in there and play right away, they have, as evident with Emily Janiga and Jenna Dingledine this year and Kilroy. But Molly came in, and even last year getting to the tournament, we got here with 3 freshmen D, which was exciting and interesting at times. But they've learned, they've gotten better. And Molly's a good, easygoing kid. What's nice is, you can joke with her, and she's got pretty thick skin. And the girls like her. She works hard. And in the game, you need some rugged people, and she could play a lot of different styles. She's played on our power play since she's gotten here. She's on every penalty kill unless she's in the penalty box. And, but she don't take an insane amount of penalties. She plays hard, and it's the way you should play the game. So we're really glad we have her. She's been good for our program. The girls on the team really like her. And, you know, we'd like to get more of the best Minnesota kids as well.
Matthew?
Christine, you have a ton of points this season, but just talking earlier about how Mercyhurst might not be getting as much universal respect as maybe it deserves. I mean, the points that you have this season, there are a handful of other players in the country who have even more. But do you use that as motivation at all, or do you basically just look at your numbers and not really think anything of it?
I basically just look at my numbers and don't really think anything of it. I mean, if it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't have those numbers. I mean, they help me out a lot. I mean, most of my points are assists, so I need them to finish it off and put it in the net. So, I mean, if it wasn't for my team, I wouldn't have the points that I have.
Well, that's just because, I mean, it seems like this team spreads the wealth around quite a lot in terms of offense. I mean, it must make your job a little bit easier.
Yeah, we have a lot of great offensive players, so it makes it a lot easier.
I will add on that, Bestie's done a great job as a captain, being a junior. And she does everything you want your captain to be. She could play the finesse game, she can score, she can skate, but she could play tough, and she can get pucks out on the walls. She could play great defensively, she could penalty kill. And that's what you want. You want a captain that will go out there and play in all situations and lead a team by example. And being a younger player with a team that had so many new people, I thought our seniors and our captains and Bestie have done a great job this year.
In the back, go ahead.
Steph, when you walked out of the locker room onto the ice, got back out on this ice, what was the first thing that ran through your mind? Anything?
Nothing really. I mean, I just want to go out and have a good practice.
Coach?
About the same. I was wondering what kind of practice we were going to have, but it's an interesting group. Again, they're fun to be around. They're resilient, and they every now and then need that cattle prod, but they're kids. That's expected, but they respond well. They work hard. And probably the one thing I've learned this time compared to the last is, as much as we're focused on the games and trying to be at our very best for all the people who support us and represent in our school, we want the kids to be proud of themselves with what they accomplished to get here and really enjoy the moment. So it should be a great weekend. Minnesota always does a great job hosting, and we're just looking forward to hopefully playing at our best tomorrow night.
Do we have any more questions?